Hello everyone and welcome to Diamondza Craft, where I make things. My name is Sarah. I'm back with a collab video, a collab with Enchanterium's Patreons. This one is a little bit of an unusual one for me, but I hope you like it anyway. There are lots of participants in this collab, so make sure that you check out the hashtags. Let's get straight into it. I am going to use this Lunar Moth Use doll for this project. And actually, this is a little bit of a mashup of projects because I had agreed to participate in a previous Magical Girl collab a few years ago. Unfortunately, it never panned out, so this girl has been sitting on my mantle for a long time now, which means some of this footage is old. But I prep her the same way as usual. This doll is going to be based on a Carpenter bee. I stuck with it because, well, half of it was done anyway. I had a cute concept for it though. I used the pan pastels to change the colour of her skin from yellow to purple. Then I could start on her face. I wanted her to look cutesy. Big anime style eyes and a little open mouth. The colours I am sticking to with this one are purple, blue, black and silver. I give her some white highlights in the corner of her eyes to really open them up. And of course sparkles, though with the MSC layers it gets lost easily. And any light pencil you use also gets lost easily, so I have to keep going over those parts, mainly because I'm stubborn and don't want to paint them. Paint always shows up better for the light or white that you want to add to the face up. Once I had done a lot of her face, I decided I needed to get her body the same colour. The pan pastels are very pigmented, but they do take an age to apply to a doll body, especially when it's just in the powder form. I saw somewhere that adding water makes them like paint, and I think that's what I did here. I needed to get the body done and dusted so I could pop her head back on and not be worried about cracking the MSC. So I spent some time blushing her body since the sculpt is so good. Then back to her face once her head was reunited with her body. I gave her some eyelashes and beauty marks. I then decided her eyes could be cooler, shiny, so I used some silver mica powder on them. Then all she needs are pupils and catch lights, and I'm happy with her face. I thought I could just reuse the wings that she came with, so I took off the paint and I trimmed them down, sanding all the jagged parts. Something didn't look quite right about that though, so I decided just to make her a new set. This meant I could make them the exact shape that I wanted, and use this angel film to make it all iridescent. I made sure to add a circle of wire that would fit around the existing wing fitting on her back. The film melts together under the iron and I burn off the edges to make them smoother. Then they're pretty much done. I didn't film adding the little veins though. I had no actual plan for her clothes, I just knew I needed to make her skirt big. I played with the idea of adding some white, but I didn't think it was going to fit with the vibe in the end. Her skirt is the main event. It has to be big and it has to be fabulous. I am absolutely winging it at this point. I had the brainwave to use some of those bra inserts that you get in like swimming costumes and such. I have loads that I've kept hold of for this very moment. I decided to sew 3 of them together to make a sort of bustle. 2 on the sides and a 3rd in the middle to make a point as though it's a stinger. I sew them together and then I can add this taffeta material underneath. I had a lot of this left over from when I made Lestat way back when, and it matches the kind of bluish purple colouring that the Carpenter bees have. I just glue that to the underside to keep it all neat. But it needs more. I found this silver ribbon in my stores of ribbon, of which there are many. And I'm adding that in so it's visible from the front. For the back of the skirt, I opted for this very thin and stretchy leather look fabric I found. It works as a carapace whilst also retaining some drapery. I like it a lot, though it too needed more. So I did add a bit of lace to the top and bottom. I also made tiny roses out of the silver ribbon, the same way I did for my Grim Reaper. And I glue those on. I just glue them on. My thought was literally add more. And if I ever thought that it was enough, no, there has to be more. So that's when I bust out the rhinestones. I'm just going with what I feel is cute and decorative, to be honest. Of course, the inside needs some too. And I swear I'm done with the skirt. Since her skirt is such a masterpiece, I didn't think making a top for her was strictly necessary. I also really like the body sculpt on this doll, so I instead decided to paint her top on. Just paint it on. I paint the base black for all the places that I want it to be. And in a complete unoriginal move, I paint stripes on her. But it's cute and I like it. Then I can cover all of that with some shifting paint I procured for this very occasion. It shifts from blue to purple and it's perfect. I did lie when I said I was done with the skirt. Oops. To be fair, it was the bustle / back part I was done with. She still needs some poofery. To achieve such lift, I used tulle and lace layers upon layers of it. That is all I needed. She does still need something else up top, so I gave her a fluffy snood in this grey silver to black fur. Bees are fuzzy and so is this. I used some of the leftover shoe bases I printed for Merida and just added some ribbon. It allows her nicely sculpted leggies to still be out, so I'm pleased with that. Her hair was something I had to do primarily off camera, only because it's boring and all I really did was curl some silver yarn. However, I did want to give her a half beehive thing, a little Amy Winehouse-esque, but a lot less. I used leftover fluff to make the hive and covered it with uncurled hair. Once that do is in place, it of course needed decorating. More strategically placed rhinestones for her. And the front is looking a little empty, so I am making her a crown. This was made with the supports from a 3D print and some UV resin. I knew those little pieces would come in handy. I am also using these blue flowers to tie in the blue under a skirt. some more rhinestones to finish her hair off, and that's all done. But wait, she needs a magical staff, I hear you say. Don't worry, I made it. I also bought a lot of bee-related pendants and things, so I just paint a couple of the same ones accordingly. Then wrap them together with wire and attach it to a barbecue stick. I kept some wire flying about because I have seen a TikToker make some gorgeous jewellery with UV resin. This was also inspired in part by Doliana's Cinderella staff from our Disney D&D collab. So I just dip the exposed wire into UV resin and cure it as quickly as possible before it all drops off. Which it did, until I got the hang of it. And then all I need to do is paint and seal the staff, and she's finished. And here she is, all finished. I really, really love her hair. I love how it turned out. I love that it looks cute as all heck. You don't see a lot of it at the back, but... oh yeah! I really love that. That's so cute, honestly. She's adorable. Don't forget to check out Enchanterium's video and all the other videos that are up in this collab. There are a lot of really, really good designs and everyone did such a good job. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments below. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe, maybe ring my bell, do all that good stuff. If you do comment, don't be a dick. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Also, yep,